Working with a nervous dog. This is my youngest wolf dog Zombie and best friend Natalie. Natalie has come up for the week on holiday and met all of my dogs for the first time. Natalie is also a dog trainer and behaviorist. Check her out in K9 Dog Training. Zombie isn't what can be classed as a reactive dog. He is anxious and doesn't lunge or shout at people or dogs, but can go into shutdown.
Very good. Good boy,
he also
Zombie.
has no bite history.
Good.
We agreed to have him at 15 weeks old, knowing he was nervous,
Good boy,
but as
you did so
adolescence
well.
has hit, his anxiety has gotten worse, and also with COVID.
No, that's far. I'll take it.
I did not begin filming until an hour in so I could reassure him and also intervene if needed.
Very good, Zombie. Are you making friends?
His initial response when he saw Natalie was to run away. This is his go-to.
No.
Hence the
Try
open
saying
door,
rest.
Natalie already seated, and an ability to move up and down the room as he felt he needed.
Oh, do the paw. You kiss him.
Natalie knew he could not cope when she looked at him, so she avoided eye contact and threw food on the floor near the door, where he was comfortable. His ears were back, crouching to the floor, tense and wanting to come in but unsure about Natalie.
We do touch. Maybe that was the sideline one.
As he realized she wasn't looking at him, trying to touch him, come into his space, or force interaction,
Good boy,
but throwing
Zombie.
him food, he began to become more confident.
You okay? We sit. We sit.
Initially, when she reached for treats, he backed off, until he realized she was just getting more food.
Isn't it?
Hey, good boy, Zombie.
After an hour, he was able to have eye contact with her after sniffing her feet and legs and her arms.
Hey, good boy.
Sit.
Working with a nervous dog part 2.
Come in.
Once he was confident Natalie would not try to touch him whilst sniffing her clothes, he kept repeating the behavior, with more relaxed body language each time.
No. Okay then. We do touch.
He then began to lick her hands and arms.
Oh, we have strokes instead then. Oh.
When he realized he was licking her and she still wasn't touching him, he pushed his head towards her hand.
We sit.
And although nervous, he kept repeating the behavior and backing off and coming back in.
Hey, good boy, Zombie.
We then moved to Natalie feeding him by hand, and Zombie then felt it was time to sniff her hair and face and lick her face.
Boy.
These videos are only tiny segments of the duration of working with him for safety, and so that he could keep coming in for reassurance and take breaks. Which is why the whole process isn't shown.
Use the paw.
Good boy.
We then begin to add in cues for the treats to normalize Natalie's presence and take the pressure off.
Oh, yes, you like that.
He is as close as he feels he can manage, which is absolutely fantastic.
Good boy.
He respects she wasn't forcing interaction or forcing him to engage.
Better
As you can see, he was a little worried about the chin rest cue, although wanting to please her, and was more comfortable, giving her his favorite paw.
Other paw. Can I have the other paw?
Time and time again, whether in consults or on social media, as behaviorists and trainers see dogs being forced to interact, which sets them up to fail and makes their fear worse, which can result in a bite. It was definitely strange being on the other side for a change, and Zombie has an appointment with the chiropractor. Just had a vet check, which came back clear, and working with others to get to the root of his anxiety, which is believed to takes a village genetic. To raise an anxious dog, and vet checks, chiropractors, etc. are vital to eliminate medical problems.
Yay.